I've been in the state for 3 years now. So I occupied this house beginning of July 2014. I think, as you know, Norman, that I'm a dream homemaker, so I follow lifestyle trends. So I'm not just a normal resident, so I create dream homes. That's part of my passion in life. So I've practically lived in most of the nooks of Johannesburg, northern suburbs. So what's attractive about Waterfall for me is it's a full lifestyle offering that it provides. And I think one of the key features that strikes me most was the natural features that the location of Waterfall was actually endowed with. So if you look at just the benefit of just having Jack Square River crossing through the estate, it's something that you only find in the Vaal. So those features are rare. So for me, the location was key to the lifestyle offering. And thirdly, just the positioning of the estate and how it's actually segregated. I think it just makes a good lifestyle offering for me. I mean, I think of my family when they first drove into the estate. I mean, one of the key features they actually highlighted was it gave them a resonance of a holiday home I used to own in Val de Gras, in Paris. I mean, I don't know if you know Val de Gras.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's a golf estate built on an island in Paris. So just to have that feature or that feel of that aura and environment in the middle of the city of Johannesburg was quite intriguing for me. So yes, most people go through the house, as you know, that I'm a dream homemaker, so I build, sell houses, so my house is forever be showcased. People find it to be an ultimate dream, and they end up wondering, why would I sell a house like this? Because to them it's a dream. But for me, it's a means to the end. It's what I do as a living, so you'll be aware that I'm also busy building a 815 square meter under 3 levels in the extension 39. So that's one of my other pinnacle dream homes that I'm putting up in the estate. So for me, if you ask me about the estate, it's quite key to me because I feel that it's going to define the future of living in Johannesburg. And I have actually a medium-term vision to actually put about 5 houses in the estate in the next 4 years. I mean, I was at the markets the other weekend, so I think there's a nice vibe in the estate. You find that, you know, people get along well because I think you've got like-minded people that are clustered together. So if you look at the village, you've got young professionals that are still grooming their kids. You find that the blending is quite well because kids can tend to build friendships, they play together, so there's a nice energy. You go to the country, you find the more matured people, a different, slightly higher LSM. So you can see that the offering actually pitches up and it's slightly different. And then you go to the equestrian, it's also a different market offering as well. Now you can see the Polo Fields is also bringing the young crowd. So if you look at that, I think it's a nice cradle to grave all the way, you know, to your retirement village, in that you get a good lifestyle that you can carry through from the beginning of your, you know, adulthood all the way to retirement. I think for me, that's quite key. I think for me, the biggest surprise, I mean, we've had a lot of cliche statements around eco-estates, but what I found coming into Waterfall was there is a big emphasis around eco considerations. I think for me that was key. I mean, I'll give a simple example. When I came and I designed and I built this house, and there was a tree in the middle of my garage. As you can see, that I've got a double door garage, but it takes 3 cars. And when I had to try and move the tree, it was quite a big daunting issue. The estate was actually pushing back very hard. You know, so I was quite astonished by how a simple thing like a tree mattered to the estate. You know, so I had to literally pay 7,000 to actually move the tree, which was quite, in normal sense, is quite ridiculous. But I think for me, that gave me that anchor to say, when the estate meant it's an eco estate, they really meant it. And what I find with that is it also influences your designs. As you know, that I try and design houses that are eco-friendly and wheelchair friendly. I mean, it's quite shocking that I take people through this house and I explain to them that I run an electricity bill on this house of 350 average a month for the past 3 years, and it's quite astounding. On a 480 square meter under roof, it's quite a miracle.
Wow.
Just to give a simple
perspective. Less than an apartment, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, to give a perspective, I'm building a house in the extension 39. It's a 815 square meter on 3 levels, right? But that house is wheelchair friendly and it's eco-friendly. So you end up wondering why. But for me, the inspiration comes from the estate, because the estate is an eco estate. So anything you have to do in terms of design and making sure that you build a dream home in the estate, you gotta think of those features. And also, you know, people undermine the value of something like a wheelchair-friendly home, but they forget that, you know, a wheelchair-friendly home is also mobility-friendly. Sure. You know, you as the own resident who's normal, you could actually be fractured and you can't even get your bedroom at the top. And sometimes you find that there's value in having a house that can actually accommodate people that you never think that close to you, but in reality, you can be a victim of that as well. So I think for me, that's part of my key features that I like about the estate. I pursue a healthy way of living. So I jog through the estate. I'm not a gym fanatic. I go there occasionally. But some of the features I use is I use the in-house restaurant. It's quite handy for me. For a guy who lives alone, you know, you come back from work, you're tired, you just want to have a good meal. I don't live on takeaways. I'm a health freak. So I'm able to call into the clubhouse in-house restaurant, order the veggies that I need or whatever I need. And by the time I get there, the meal is ready. So that's convenient for me. And also the fact that around the state, there's a hospital around the corner. I mean, the other day I got to bed, it was about 8:30 at night. And I felt like I had antibiotics, but somehow they messed up my stomach. So I could easily jump into the car. Within 5 minutes, I was at the pharmacy at Waterfall Hospital, and I could get probiotics. By the time I woke up in the morning, I was well to run. So I think for me, the convenience of everything you need in life actually works for me. No, man, as I said to you, for me right now, I'm paying my money to build 5 houses in Waterfall in the next 4 years. So, so I sell the concept to my friends. I think the difference is some can't afford it at the moment, but the aspiration is there that people who want to build and live in Waterfall. I don't think many lifestyles compete.